And we are live. What is up, good people? You're watching the BRUDDC and Kitty show. Kitty, how are you today?
I'm fine, thank you. Okay.
I'm just ready. I'm excited. I'm
We
ready to just jump
haven't
into it. You know what we're like when we get going. We just literally just like we just go. We don't know where it's going, guys.
we haven't seen each other really for a week, have we?
We haven't actually. Yeah,
One
we haven't.
thing, so we've got fingers in pies all over the place, so
It,
we're
it
out things, but we do actually miss these catch ups. If anybody who sees us, we do sort of get.
Definitely, definitely, and there's always things that I need to, do you know what, I need to be organized and start writing things down and then sort of like pin it because otherwise, like, just it all comes out.
Chat GPT, right? Tell her to make a list of things to do or things to talk about, and then when it comes to our meetings, just literally Chat GPT, give me the list.
Yeah. All right. You've mentioned ChatGPT. Happy Wednesday, guys. Anyway, happy Wednesday. We're going to give you some trending news all around TikTok, social media influencers, Candace Owen and the Macrons. We're going through it all today, guys. Just sit tight, enjoy the show. But you mentioned ChatGPT. I must mention a rival, Grok. OMG. OMG, Grok. I had no idea how good Grok was. Like
Okay.
you can literally, like, I don't know if you've seen any of my videos
Uh-huh.
lately. I have been like, you can bang out video after video after video. No credit system. If you pay for a subscription of Grok, you get all the benefits of it and any image you want. It'll generate meme videos for you, exactly the same as Chat GPT. But actually feel that it's kind of better because you can actually speak to it as well. You can actually, I know Chat GPT, you can do that as well, actually. But absolutely amazing. Like some of the videos that I've been able to make. Um, oh
Oh,
yeah, oh
look.
yes, guys. Very people are making big money off Grok because it's literally like you can do the meme videos, like you're getting these, everything's about memes, like my Bonnie Blue meme video, over 1 million views between
Mhm.
Instagram and Facebook, like and all the other socials, like it's actually amazing what you can do with Grok, like
I
no
think
joke.
is the future. I think no matter where what we want to say or do, it's coming, and there's no stopping it. I mean,
AI is taking over, mate.
we did on this channel. We've got one that's nearly 500,000, and that was me just playing around sort of with Aussie.
Yep.
It's
how,
it
how did you do that, by the way? What transition is that? Because I was looking for it the other day.
right. You know how I go dead intricate.
Mm-hmm.
I, I sort of did different ones, and
Yeah.
then I transition it. It was
Yeah, but what transition is it on? It's it's CapCut, isn't it? It's a CapCut template. I need to find it because it's actually really,
I
that
look
one there is really good. Yeah,
right.
you need to send me that transition because that transition is amazing and that will really help with the memes and the
Yeah,
videos and stuff like
we'll
that.
find it. We'll definitely find it because I was just playing around, if I'm quite honest with you, and I've got all these different the timeline. I
Yeah.
got from his timeline. I've done that with Chat GPT, and then I transitioned it with CapCut. So we're telling you our secrets here.
We are breaking the knowledge, guys. We are breaking the knowledge for you guys. We're giving you all the juicy gossip and all the juicy sort of tactical stuff to sort of, like, I think what we should do is get like make like a little program because, like, all the things that we've learned now, like,
Yeah,
there are people that are coming up that will love to have this sort of information, and it's so much more. Do you know what? I'm so resentful sometimes because everything that I know I spent I'm not naturally gifted when it comes to technology, so it took me ages watching video after video after video, obviously buying the right equipment as well and the right PC that can handle everything, which makes it a lot easier. But yeah, guys, there's loads of, if anyone does need help with, like, setting up a podcast and just getting it, like, there's questions that you'll probably want, they'll probably have, and we can definitely help with that. But shout out to all the platforms: Facebook, YouTube, all the other good ones,
don't,
all of you good platforms. Anyway,
don't
uh,
include. I'm still not speaking to them.
Radio. Yeah, TikTok. Oh my god, they just wind me up. They really do wind me up. TikTok.
It's so obvious.
It's a joke. It's an
So
absolute joke, mate. TikTok isn't like they basically they made the new rule that you can't beg, but basically the only way to get anywhere on TikTok is to beg. Like
yeah,
literally, if you're a beggar and you sit there begging all day, TikTok will do anything they want for you. Like I'm seeing.
it's just ridiculous. I'm wearing, like I say, a cat suit, so it's from there to my toes, and they've took it off for nudity. And
Mm,
then when I appealed, no, we're sticking to it. It's nudity.
bang out of order.
Do
Bang
you
out.
get what I mean? And then, like I say, two other creators that we know, two tall girls wearing the exact same outfits.
Yeah.
Not touch them, but they've got nearly like 100K. So
Yeah, yeah, and I don't know. They TikTok have a shit list and they just put you on it, don't they? Like I actually don't I actually don't enjoy doing a TikTok live. Although I get a lot more people on there, I don't enjoy it anymore because I feel like I'm having to watch what I say. And if I say anything, like if I say a bad word about someone, it'll get flagged for bullying or something. But let's go on to our first story. What's tickling your boat straight away today? What's
right,
tickling your boat,
Mrs. Macron, Mrs. Macron.
Miss?
Well, Candice Owens has got a bee in a bonnet, hasn't she? That apparently Brigitte Macron, his wife, um, was born a man.
Well, it does seem like I don't want to be I don't want to be playing around with it too much. I don't want to upset anyone. I don't. It doesn't bother me what someone is, but the age difference and Candice Owen has mentioned that the people that are around her have had issues with the big P word, like allegedly
Yeah,
is a new thing actually.
booming. That apparently he was 14 and she was 32 or something like that. So there
That's
was big age difference, and that I agree with.
mm,
What I don't agree with is what her sex has anything to do with it, her gender, and what she was born. He loves her, she loves him, although I don't agree with the whole hands in the face thing
oh yeah.
in that video where they're on the plane.
Oh yeah, she gave him a slap. He
Oh,
got a slap. He got a
yeah,
slap.
that was you know, but was it a man slap or was it a girl slap? I think that's the big question, isn't it? Was it a man putting hands on a man or a woman putting hands on a
I
woman?
I don't know where to lead with. I don't know where Candice is going with this one. I mean, it does. I mean, it's very strange. Candice, what she's asked for is some pictures of like a timeline of photos from the age. I think from the age of. I don't know what she asked for. It's from like the age of like 10 or something like that. She wanted a timeline photo so they could see her growing up as a little girl. Like there's no that does ring some alarm bells. I'm not gonna lie when there's no photos of Mrs. Macron's as a youngster. Like there's no photos. Like that does ring alarm bells. But then again, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't bother me. I'm not really bothered. It's not a story that I care about, to be honest with you.
No, it's not something that I care about. What I care about is what it's got to do with anybody else. The grooming thing, yes, I agree with that. The the hands in the face or the slap or whatever, I agree with that. What she was born, I don't think that's anybody's business. And I think Candice Owens, I don't understand her being the bonnet to find out what difference does it make. He's chose to marry her. He's in love with her. And it's nobody else's business what toilet he used or she used when she was, a youngster. I just don't see the relevance of it. I see the relevance of what age they met,
Mm,
and that is wrong. But
yeah.
I've had a few people, because one of my videos that I'm talking about it, people have come on and said, well, she's lying and she's in office. Well, she's not. She's married to somebody in office,
Yeah.
and still they are entitled to a private life,
Mm,
even if they are in office. They are entitled to keep that to themselves. If paedophiles in prison can change their sex and we not know who they were before, surely the first woman of France is allowed to keep that a secret.
mm.
I don't know. People, you just tell me what you think, because I think that's the one thing she should be able to keep a secret. It's not.
Well, maybe it's the fact that the age gap is there, and if she was born a man, that would certainly ring alarm bells if a 30-something-year-old person was going with a 14-year-old boy. That would certainly ring alarm bells. And we have to say allegedly, 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 and we're just relaying the news, guys. We're not making any
Talking
accusations.
about it. I just don't see what her sex has to do with anything other. I do see, like I say, I do see the 14-year-old boy and his. I think she was his teacher. You know,
That's the thing. Yes, a teacher. Yeah. So that's the thing.
I do see that. The hands in the face, do see that, and I think, you know, but I don't see why Candice has got this bee in her bonnet about what sex she was, and that's my only point. But I will say that that will lead us straight on to something else now, very smooth, and that is older men and younger women.
Older men and younger women. Sounds like a
Uh,
good time to me. No, me joking. What's the deal? What we got?
well, we'll talk about certain TikTok stars.
Okay, let's start with the TikTok stars. Who are we going with? Are we going with Bevo and Sophia?
Yes, let's go there first. So
Bevo and Sophia. Break the news. What happened?
Sophia has alleged to HS TikTok, which I find absolutely crazy, that apparently she woke up and Bevo was doing what Bevo likes to do, without her consent, which, on the grand scheme of things, is wrong and shouldn't have been done and is, you know, not good. But I'm getting messages saying it's all for clout, that those three are all in on it and
Mm,
it's for clout.
mm,
Because if that happened, you go straight to the police. Because they've split up as well, Bevo and that Sophia, they've split up,
yeah.
which you would. So you go straight to the police. Why would you go on a live and announce it? Because then, by rights, it might not even get to court now
Yeah.
because
I think
you've
she sabotaged it. I think by doing that. To be honest with you, I think there was.
she sabotaged herself, and also HS TikTok should not have put it on his live.
HS is like, you know, he's about the freaking drama. He's about the beef, and we'll talk about him in a little bit. But Bevo Sophia, I've seen all the videos. I've seen Bevo done a reaction video saying that that she's been acting crazy, and she was getting a bit upset with him because he's gone with some other girls and stuff. And then I saw her videos. Um, I don't know. I mean, we're just gonna have to let this play out, aren't we?
My point being, if this is for clout, it's disgusting because
Yeah.
there are women there that these things have happened to. And if you guys are using this for clickbait and for likes and views, I'm disgusted. I am truly disgusted. There are women that can't get their cases taken to court because it takes so much evidence to get it there. And then
Yeah.
you've got clowns, possible alleged clowns like this, pulling stunts like this. I just make it make sense, BRUDDC, to me, because I can't.
I mean, I just hope that. I mean, all we can do at the minute, we don't have well, like, you know, we've heard the tapes from Sophia, we've heard from Bevo. It's just I think it's if it's true, then Sophia should take it to the court, take it to the police, and you know, the police will have to do their due diligence, and you know, we'll see what happens. But in this crazy world of social media, unfortunately, you know, people are chasing the high, and you know, moving on to HS Tiki Toki and Ed Matthews, you know, they are moving crazy out there. They are. They. I don't know. They're traveling all over the place. They're with constantly with all these young girls. They're being extremely rude to girls, trolling girls, doing all sorts of crazy things. And what these guys need to understand is that they are marks. They are marks. There's one video which I spoke to you about before, where HS Tiki like goes up to this drunk girl and he says to her, "Oh, can I let me touch her?" And she says, "Yeah," and he goes and does it on a live. Like all that woman has to do is say, "I was drunk off my head and you touched me." I can't. That she can't give consent. I did. I thank God. I did see a video yesterday actually of HS with a drunk lady that wanted to go back to his house, and he was like, "Nah, you're not coming back to my house. You're drunk." Like, So I did see that video. So I know
Maybe
a lot of what he does is a lot of what he does is for triggering, and that's his base. Right? He triggers, he makes funny videos, he trolls people, he takes the piss. That's his niche. That's his thing. I just I'm seeing a few videos. I saw a video recently about him squaring up with some squaring up with some big bouncer guys or whatever, and I was just like, why are you guys bringing this energy on yourselves? Why are you bringing this energy on yourselves? You're making all the money, you're young, good looking, you're getting the girls, you're doing all this good stuff. Why are you bringing this negative energy? Because what will happen is he's already been in scraps. What will happen is some little weasel will run up on them and do something stupid to them, and it's going to be so stupid, it's just a matter of time before something
this is the
happens.
problem, isn't it? That they're that big that people see them to be jealous of them. Like, why haven't I got that? Why haven't I got that? It's not fair. It takes one wrong and with a little bit of an unstable mind, and they're out of there. And like you say, I hate to say this about other women, but some of them are absolutely evil with
Yeah,
where they can. I mean, let's go back to the Bevo and Sophia thing. If this is all a lie, she could ruin that man.
yeah, and unfortunately, she has already ruined him because in this day and age, you're guilty by public opinion. So as soon as someone puts something out there, as soon as a woman puts something out there, the natural sort of response from other women is to side with that woman and say, oh, you're poor, you've been raped, and that's just a natural side to it. No matter what happens, even if nothing ever happens, Bevo will be known as a rapist now. And
Yeah, this is my point. So you guys have got to be really careful, and I hate to say this about women, because there are women out there that it genuinely happens to, and there are women out there that are struggling and live with mental health for the rest of their life, and then there are those women that will use it as a weapon. They weaponize it.
sure will.
They weaponize it, and that's disgusting. As a woman that where grape has surrounded her life, there are people that I know that have been raped and so on and so forth. You don't know the damage it causes to families and lives. It's not just one person or two people, it's lives, it's families. You know, Parents have to find out about it, sisters have to live with it, your brother's be pissed and things like that. These women, for their 15 minutes of fame or whatever, are ruining men's lives. And this is the things like Ed Matthews and HS TikTok, and even though I do not like him, that General G.
Yeah,
You've got to be aware that there are women out there that have no scruples or no manners, or can misconstrue what you are doing and saying.
yeah. I
You know,
think
it's all an act.
yeah, yeah.
And
The,
there you are on a live saying it. There's the evidence.
yeah.
That's you on a register for the rest of your life.
There's more from what I saw of HS's lives just recently and stuff. There's enough the way he's treated with some of the women, and the way he's what these guys need to realize is they're sitting there, they got the girls around them, they're like, oh yeah, this is my little slag or whatever, like that sort of thing. Why do you think you're doing that because you're famous, and the girls letting you do that because you're famous and you've got social media clout? What happens when she goes home and she says, "Wait a minute, I feel a bit shit about this"? And this is what happens. No woman wants to feel used and wants to feel like they've just been mocked on social media as well. So TikTok is everything for these, especially the younger generation. TikTok is everything. That's like the mainstream news. So no woman, no girl is gonna want to feel like she's been mocked. So as soon as she gets home, all it takes is one person to say, "Oh, you didn't look right there." And she's like,
Yeah.
you think so? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you sleep with them? And, boom, you're done. These guys are out there just blazing these girls. And, what's quite school, there's a video of Rampage Jackson and he's doing, sorry.
Morning, Mia. Are you getting up now? Okay.
Yeah, there's a video of Rampage Jackson. He's a MMA, ex MMA fighter. and he's with what's his name, Neon, and he's Neon's doing, and he's showing Neon his bed, and he's got this lovely big bed, and on the side of his bed, he's got these forms. It's consent forms. He's got
But
consent
even
forms on the edge
though,
of his bed.
but even then, if you've been drinking,
You
it
can't
doesn't
give it. That's it. Yeah, that's it.
it doesn't count. We're not out here trying to like get clout off these names. What we're trying to say to you lads is you don't behave and you will end up on a register and known as a sex offender.
Yep. What was that? That Michael. What's that Michael's name? Like all these women coming out accusing him. That Michael from Top Boy.
Yeah,
You got the other guy as well. What's that other guy's name?
they're all coming out. They're all
Literally, like you guys, with these women, you are you like you're going out there thinking that you're the lions. These women are the lions, and they're hunting you. You guys are being hunted.
don't get it twisted. And we know when it comes to lions and a pack, right? It's the women. It's the lioness that does the kill.
Mm,
It's not the lion. It's the lionesses that do the kill. So you always remember that lionesses are the dangerous ones. Don't get it twisted. All it takes is a girls' night, and he did this and he did that. Yeah, I saw the video. You didn't look very well, or you were really drunk. You know that's coercion, don't you?
yeah, just a matter of time, mate. Just a matter of time.
Before you know it, it's gone round the group. They're in a group chat, and before you know it, you're on a register or on the non-swing. And I'm telling you now, it will happen. Because
Hmm.
also there are those people that are jealous of what you've got.
Yeah.
They think you've got this great life. You're probably absolutely miserable when you're not on your lives, but they think it's all like you say, parties, women, this, that, and the best clothes. What they're jealous.
Hmm.
They're jealous, and they will go for that. They'll want a piece of it. They'll want to be the girl that brings down such and such, or brings down such and such. She was the one that was, and they're getting clout out of it. What you've just got to be very, very careful,
Yeah.
very careful, extremely careful, and you need to bring your game in a little bit more because women are not going to put up with it.
Yeah. And yeah, HS was with this young girl, and I think he posted this today. I think he posted, I'm out here noncing with the picture of this young girl, and I was just like, oh, why? Just why? These guys think they're invincible. They think they're untouchable, and just a matter of time, mate, before they get taken down. Like just a matter of
Exactly.
time.
I am very surprised. I mean, isn't HS Tiki Toki not coming back to the UK because he's wanted anyway for something?
I think there's loads of rumors that go round about stuff about
Alleged.
him. Yeah, that happened. There's things that happened ages ago, like with the car crash thing, and it's all been sorted out. But people just keep one thing about HS and like these TikTokers, they resurface the material
Well,
basically.
they
Like
will
they
do.
come.
Every time he does something wrong, they're going to resurface it. I mean,
Yeah.
we saw that with the reality checks podcast, didn't we?
Mm,
The moment that got big, all of a sudden, everybody remembers the fact that he was in court at 19 years old.
mm-hmm.
And that's how it goes. Your past, okay, you can walk away from your past, but your past will come up and catch up with you occasionally.
Yeah.
So you just need to remember this. And writing, it's just an act. It's just an act.
Mm,
I told you about that message I got from that General G, and he said to me that nobody tells the general what to do.
yeah.
Nobody,
Yeah.
nobody.
When he's put in a place where it's someone's dad and it's someone's daughter that you're talking to, then he'll learn. Unfortunately, the only way these guys learn is the hard way. They learn. They think they're out here living their life thinking, oh yeah, everything's great, but then you wait and see what happens when they get humbled. There's a price for everything,
Yeah.
and that brings us on to the only, the lovely Bonnie Blue.
Oh, dear Bonnie, dear Bonnie.
Old Bonnie Blue. Did you watch that interview of her? Did you? You
I
saw an interview? Yeah.
I did, and I'm afraid it triggered something in me. I actually started to feel sorry for her. I have a lot of respect for Bonnie with
Me
her
too.
work ethic.
Me
Her
too.
work ethic is nobody can deny that woman is determined to make.
200 TikToks a day, guys. How do you even do 200 TikToks a day, guys? Like, how can you be earning more money than every sort of TikTok, most models in the industry, and you're still working harder than all of them as well. Like,
Yeah,
so this is the thing.
champion. She is a champion, and I will say this: do I like the way she talks about other women? No, no. And even I can't remember the guy's name. The guy who always interviews Tommy Robinson. It's his mate, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah.
He did an interview with Bonnie, and he said, "I don't want to scare you, but do you ever think that one of these days somebody's going to come up and end you?"
Mm.
And she was, well, her answer was, it's women that hate me, and they're too lazy to get off their arse and do anything anyway. They're too busy
That was so stupid. That was so stupid. That
sat
was really
at
stupid. That was.
the beans. Now this is the Bonnie I don't like. I don't like that Bonnie.
Why
But
pick
then
on people for their account? Like, she picks. She shouldn't be like, because what this is what I mean. Like, she's got everything. She's got the money. She's got the fame. She's got she's got everything. Why would you want to? Why would you want to sit there digging out people that don't have what you have, and knowing that there's these bitter, angry people out there that hate her guts, that she gets 200 death threats a day, like, if you sit there trolling these people, yeah, there's trolling, but there's some people out there that are unhinged. They'll be like, right, my life is shit, you're telling me my life is shit and you're better than me and everything, right? What I'll do is I'll get you. And the stupid thing that she mentioned, her worst fear is someone throwing acid on her. And
yeah,
for me, I actually my I actually if I felt like I swallowed, I felt like I had something in my throat, and I felt like I swallowed something really heavy, because I felt that she just condemned herself to her own fate.
I felt she was very vulnerable at that moment. It was almost like that vulnerability was really showing through. When she was like, "That's my biggest fear." So that means that she's had those thoughts, and she's overthought it, and it's rooted in there.
Yeah.
And I think, like you say, that there was a bit of, I don't know whether foreshadowing, because, like she says, it's the one thing that would end her. And I just think,
And
what a
then
silly one, what a silly thing to do. Why she pokes the bear so much. She just going for these women, and just literally, well, they're all fat and lazy, or
yeah,
they won't give the man this and they won't
the,
give the man that, so I'm there to do it.
the
While, barely legal boys.
yeah, I mean, the worst thing you can do is out there poke people that have nothing to lose. You go out there, Bonnie, and you're poking people like that. No, because what will happen is, I see, like recently, she's out walking the streets. Like, she's got security with her, but, like, all it takes is someone to put something in a cup, and, after what she's, I read, I think that she
No.
should cash. I think she should cash out. I think she should cash out now before it's too late.
Have you noticed, on that Channel 4 one,
Yeah.
she's surrounded by people, but not one of them are friends.
Nah, mate. That there, I thought about that as well. Those, like, and when I was listening to them talk, it was like, oh yeah, Bonnie Blues, she's amazing. She's all doing all this, and she's this, and they're like, what they're doing is they're just being yes men. They're there because she's paying them to be there, and she does need that circle around her. But, you know, something tells me that, like, there was like a morality sort of thing there, where it was just like, people should stop helping her, because whether you like it or not, whether she realizes or not, the penny will drop. The penny will drop. And if she carries on doing what she's doing now, with all these death threats, of all these sort of crazy things, now she's probably getting 100 bloody acid threats every single day now. Like, if she keeps pushing people that have nothing, someone is gonna do something bad to her, and it's just a matter of time, unfortunately.
It's scary, because I don't think, by any standard, that anybody deserves that.
Of
And
course
so,
not. No one does.
Bonnie, I don't know you. I do respect your work ethic. I just think you need to bring it down.
Quit while you're ahead, mate. Quit while you're ahead.
literally cash out now and go and live a quiet life in Spain or somewhere. Do you know what I
or
mean?
or,
Run a
or even like that brother said in the podcast, she's got enough money, she can do anything. If she cashed out of the industry now, she could do anything. She could go into acting, she could go into modeling, she all she has to do is set a podcast up. She is literally one of the most famous women in the world now. If she sets a podcast up, she'll make bank. She'll kill it.
exactly.
She'll kill it.
That's all she's got to do. I mean, she's an intelligent woman. Stop thinking with this and start thinking with this.
Like she's obviously going to say that, if going by watching her and listening to her responses, like, she doesn't give a shit what people think. She's going to do her life. She's doing what she's doing. But I feel like just because people are saying things, sometimes they are saying things because, does anyone know of a happy ending in life? Does life finish with a happy ending? There's no happy endings. It's like it's always like there's to do what you've done, it goes against everything. Morality, it goes against morality wise, it goes against principles and morality. It goes against everything. There will be a price to pay. There's a price to pay for everything in life. And what you've done, if you carry on doing it, oh Lord, I don't know what's going to come your way. I pray nothing does come your way, but there's a price for everything that you do in life.
The difference between her and Becky Goodwin, Becky's fans are women on social media. Okay, she's got that loads of fans that are men as well, but most of them are women, and most of them will stick up for Becky. So what's the thing? And the only thing I can say is the fact that she will call women lazy, and that we
Yeah.
don't dress up for our men, and we don't do this and we don't do that.
What does that make you? How does that make? I'm interested, ladies, as well. Ladies listening to this, how does it make you feel when this woman is saying things like that? You women are lazy. You don't even sleep with your men. You don't even do anything for them. That's why they're coming to see me. I'm giving them what you don't give them. How did you reckon? How does that make women feel as a whole? You're a woman yourself.
I
How does
think
it make you feel?
it makes me feel like it's worse coming from another woman. If you said it, I'd be upset.
Hmm.
But to come from another woman who know what she doesn't know what it's like to have kids, she doesn't know, what it's like to run a house,
Yeah.
with not very much money coming in and things
Yeah.
like that. So she's in no position to tell another woman that she's doing it wrong, and I think to hear it from another woman is it's more hurtful than if a bloke said it. Because if a
Mm.
bloke says it, we can turn around and say, "We give birth. Shut up." Do
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
What I mean?
You can just be real, like, one of those women privileges. You can just tell a man to shut the hell up. I do this, I do that for you. Never mind about all that stuff. You don't
Yeah,
need any of that stuff.
give birth.
Yeah.
Give birth. That is the end of the conversation for any woman with a man, right? We just go, give birth. And they go, yeah, okay. But when another woman is saying to us that we are lazy and we're not getting dressed up and we're not doing this and we're not greeting our man in panties and stuff as he walks through the door. No, because I've got a baby on my hip that's probably throwing up. I've been on the school run, I've done this, I've done that, and you want me waiting at the door with panties on. You're lucky if I've got clothes on and they're not covered in sick. And it's just so insulting. That's the word, insulting. It's insulting for another woman to say that another woman is not trying when
Mm.
all we do is try. And
Yeah.
I'll say the same for men. And, men try, men go out to work, they do their thing, they do their business. Yes, it would be nice if you could have sex every day, and it would be lovely if your wife was waiting for you in a pair of cropped panties every so often. But this is real life, and you're not millionaires.
Yeah. And I mean, ah, I mean, some people have like, so, not everyone has the same life, but when you listen to men speak on a whole, they tend to do say the same thing. They do tend to echo what kind of Bonnie's kind of comments are in terms of, like,
So I
women
think
being.
playing to that. I think that's
Of
her.
course, of course, of
That's
course.
her thing. Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right. Come to me. Come to me. You're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Which is fine. But to be so cutting to
Yeah.
other women, it's just.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Apparently
Because
gets a
I don't
apparent.
know whether I behave in her company.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I don't think I don't. Yeah. I mean, apparently it gets her going more when she sees a wedding ring on those men's hands and stuff.
Yeah, because in her mind, she's won. It's a win. It's a winner's thing. She's a winner, which
Yep.
is fine.
Yep.
She's taken that man away from his wife. She's won.
Mm,
Made the most money. She's won. She's
yeah.
the biggest.
Top
On,
100. Top 100. Well, she
yeah,
was. She was on OnlyFans. Yeah. Top
yeah.
100.
She's the best. This at that. She's won. She's a winner. I get that mentality. But as I've always said to you, you should never ever dull somebody else's sparkles to make yours shine bigger.
Mm,
That's it. So, okay, yes, your wives don't do this, they don't do that, blah blah blah. But don't point at them and go, yeah, they're all lazy, and get personal. You can. It's one thing to say, yeah, you're right.
that's
They do.
it's literally men's talk, really. That's how men talk, isn't it? That's literally how that's if men are men get together, not letting the cat out the bag. Those are the kind of conversations men do have, like, and maybe
Well,
there's
you know,
some maybe
you know,
maybe
like
maybe there's something in it as well for women to maybe listen to as well, because it's like, is it? I mean, I know, daily chores and household stuff, but, you know, to give someone 5 minutes of affection, like, I mean, you know,
secret buds, right? Every woman would love, right, to go and get dressed up, put the makeup on, feel dead sexy, and the hair, the bod, the whatever. And then the kids go, Mom, Mom, the dog's been sick. Mom, Mom. And you would love to go out to dinner and then, let the foot slide up and be desirable and be sexy, and your husband wants you. We would love to do that. But who's going to look after the kids? The
mm,
kids that you've gone halves on, by the way, because they're not just ours, they're yours as well.
mm. Tricky
So
one, tricky
it's
one.
always going to be a bone of contention, because I get where men are coming from, because men are very, very
Mm.
sexually, they've got that testosterone running through their body.
Men
Right?
every day,
Yeah, right.
men,
So
if they could, every day.
every day, right? I totally get that, and all power to you guys. But a woman would as well. She maybe once a day or maybe twice a day. And feels sexy, and like these young fit bunnies that are with these older men where they're getting paid. The sugar daddy thing and blah blah blah. I bet they're getting enough
Yep,
sex to sort of last them,
yep, yeah, for sure, for sure.
because
And
those
t-
women haven't got those
uh,
responsibilities.
And that kind of brings me over to another question, another point of contention. Um, the the household friendly robots that are coming your way. They are coming your way, ladies. They are here already, and they are here to cook. They are here to clean. They're here to clean up the dog poo, and they're also here to be ready for their men when their men get back from work. And no lip either.
Do you know what? The women will keep them and get rid of the men.
I no no no. Honest to God, I don't think it would work like that, because women are territorial. They'll be like, they'll be fighting with the robots. It'll be women beating up the robots. It'll be like, I told you not to put that much salt in the freaking stew or
Yeah,
something like that.
probably. We'd have to get them sort of tweaked to our
It'll,
to our.
the men will be pulling. The men will come home from work and they'll have to pull apart the robot and the woman. Literally, you lot will be beating up the robots.
Think if we could have a robot that would like mow the lawn and take the rubbish out and things like that.
They
Do you
are
know?
coming.
We would probably greet our men at the door in panties and whatever, with the hair done, because she's doing all the chores. So maybe it is a way forward. Just
But
saying.
do you think it would cause conflict though if maybe the men were maybe doing things with the robots
I think if they
and
were doing things with the robot, I think yes. I think, but if the robot was just used for the like household chores and things like that, I think.
I don't think, like, I'm being kind with this image of a robot, the lovely Bonnie Blue. Apparently Bonnie Blue's not human as well. Her face is on this robot. But yes, the yeah, there are several things already in place that men are using, and men are happy as Larry. They're saying, my wife don't want to do it, so I've got my thing hanging up in the cupboard. You just pull her out, and
Bob,
she's
your uncle
ready.
found a friend.
She's ready. But women aren't happy with this. This causing
If
issues.
I right in a relationship, if I got one and it was there to do the chores and do this and do that and look after the kids, do the school run and things like that, then yes. Do you know what? My husband would probably get a lot more. My partner at the time would probably get a hell of a lot more from
What
me.
about if he, what about if he wanted more from the robot?
No, no, it's divorce time then. And then it would be, we'd have to work out what sex the robot was for
Oh
definite.
yes, oh yes,
And
oh
before you
yes.
could marry the robot, it would have to be like, is it same sex? Is it this or the gender
Yeah,
of
yeah.
the
It's gender neutral. There's attachments. You switch it. 1 minute it's
attachments? That's a different.
you can build a bear, so you can change the arms, put bigger arms on different heads. We're laughing about it, but it is coming. It is coming.
Quite
It
literally.
yeah. We're
But
laughing, but it is coming, guys. It is here to
uh,
stay.
but I think if something like that was made, like I say, to make women's lives easier or men's lives easier, I think that would, and then that might enhance the sex life a little bit more. I don't think I'd like it if he was like, I come in and he was in bed with it, and I'm like, one of them. And he's like, oh, you're
Hello. Yes. Would you like a cup of tea? I'll give you a cup of tea once the master's finished with me. Oh Lord.
in the bedding,
Yeah,
one
literally,
of them. But yeah,
literally.
I think that would cause an argument from my point of view. That would cause an argument if I came home and found him in bed with her. Because if I'm being
But it's
let
a
off
robot, though. How can you be jealous of a robot?
because it's sex and that's supposed to be between a man and a woman, and we got married to. I mean, I'm not saying I'm spitballing here. I'm
Yeah,
spit.
yeah, yeah.
I tell you what, I'd hide its batteries when I went out and this.
There you go. Oh, cool. That'd be a killer, wouldn't it? That'd be a killer. Really,
Yes.
like, you going out to work, love? All right, yep, yep, yep. I'm leaving about an hour late today, so yeah, you get off, and then comes home. All right.
Change password.
Yeah, password, or you change the password.
Yeah.
Or like or you've programmed it to not do certain duties. Come on, let's get back in bed.
And change
um I
password
have
so
been
he can't.
programmed. The missus says that I'm not allowed to do it anymore. I'm not allowed to do that sort of stuff for you anymore.
Yeah. And he's ringing you up going, what's the password? Because she won't take the rubbish out. I bet she won't.
Yeah, she'll take the rubbish out. She won't handle the business.
Yeah, she won't make
Anyway,
that with a
anyway. All
rubbish.
right, I got one more little video just to have a quick peek at and play with, and it is. I've put this on here. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Hudson, butson, bowling, roll high. Live TV, guys. Put
I
your
tell you what,
questions in.
your question now. Are you excited about the weekend?
I'm
It's
very
back.
excited. Do you know what? I'm gonna do a watch along tonight for the Super Cup, isn't it, tonight? Tottenham versus PSG. So I'm gonna watch that. That should be interesting.
I'm
Right.
so excited. My son's got a fight on Saturday night, and then
Oh really? Oh wow.
See that we really
yeah,
should
and
be.
then Sunday it's
Demographics. By
it's Forest.
2041,
So I'm quite
Are
white
happy.
you
British are a
hearing this,
minority
by the
in
way?
Britain. That's not
No, but
acceptable.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
It's just not acceptable. Same way it wouldn't be acceptable if black Nigerians become a minority in Nigeria. It's not acceptable. See that we really should be. Demographics. By 2041, white British are a minority in Britain. That's not acceptable.
2041,
It's just not
Tommy
acceptable.
reckons
Same way when
white British are going to be a minority in this country. And I was,
We need to get you a dog. We need to get your dog whistle every time. Every time
yeah,
you hear.
I know. I've got him. I've got him. I've got old Rover. Old Rover. Where's Rover? There he is. There he is. There he is. There he is. Um, I feel like what he did kind of say it, but he played with words because he's targeting a certain community that is populating much more than everyone else, and that's changing demographics. And You know, it's a real difficult one, because I think when you say, when like I mean, it, I don't know. What do you think?
I think you've got to go back through history, right? So you've got to go back the British Isles. You've got to go back, and it was invaded by Vikings. It was invaded by the Romans. We've always been invaded one way or another, and it's evolved. So we've gone to the next stage. So the next stage would have been British people that were integrated with the Romans. So you could, at one point we was connected to France. Although we've always had the channel between us, we owned sort of some of France. So there was a lot of French and English that was. So we've always integrated. I think this is just the next evolvement. What I will say is, I do believe that we are getting, that it is becoming a larger population, like a mixed population.
Yeah.
Is that a bad thing or not? That's something that we have to discuss. I just think it's the next evolvement with an island. Remember, we're an island. People come to an island.
Yeah.
I I don't think it's a bad thing. I think what we need to put into place are rules, though.
Yeah.
If you're coming here and you are living here,
Yeah.
you have to have tolerance.
But I think what his message goes beyond that, because what he actually says is that, England is predominantly a white country. It's always been a white country, and it's got to stay majority white. And I feel like when you say that, you're kind of missing a massive portion of people that are choosing to into like white people that are choosing to have
You create,
babies with brown and black people, like,
yeah,
and people are choosing to do that. So, and like, you would class yourself as British. Your dad married a Chinese lady, sort of. So, I mean, obviously that you're able to sort of slide in and identify as white
yeah,
whenever you want.
I
Really,
a little bit.
you can turn it on and off whenever you want. But I feel like if you weren't able to do that, and you were just slightly different, like slightly more oriental, like, how would you feel then about some, like, hearing that, like, because it's
Well,
it's a tough one, I think.
point of view. My nephew's mixed race,
Hmm.
make and whatever. So I look at it from his point of view, and I told you before there was a time that somebody used the N word in front of him, and I wasn't. It was quite sort of shocking. And I've always thought it must be horrible to live in a country where people can actually be so cruel because of the colour of your skin, something that you can't actually change. It doesn't make you any less, you're not superior if you're white, and the colour of your skin doesn't matter. It's something that I've never, but when you witness it and it's somebody that you care and love about, it's horrible to hear. And so to hear someone like Tommy Robinson saying that, eventually it will all be this, and this. I don't like it, but I'm very much of, we need to integrate anyway. We're an island. We need to populate. It's the way it is, and I think this is just the next evolvement.
Yeah, I think
But
he really did. He really did. He really did just sort of dig out the Pakistani community, basically saying that, Pakistani Muslims,
Asian,
some of them have 3 or 4 wives, and they are just like, they're just like having, like, whereas like every other demographic is having 2 to 3 kids, they're having, like, I don't know, 5 to 6
I will
kids and stuff.
I will say this about the Asian community. The Asian community usually actually fund themselves and pay a lot of
They do.
taxes.
They
Are
do it. The Asian community sticks together. They're very solid like that.
they are paying a lot of tax, and they are doing a lot for this country. So I have got no problem with
This
any.
this is the problem. You have the lower status people in life in England that have chosen not to work, not to contribute to society. They think it's their God-given right to sort of just walk around and say, "Yeah, this is my country. I don't work, I don't do nothing, but I want to complain about everything." And the only thing these people have, because you have to bear in mind, there is a massive amount of these people that are not working. Like, there's a massive amount of white people that aren't working in this country, don't contribute to society, like, generational, just have babies, are babies, don't have, just don't that is what it is. You look at the stats, that's what it is. And the only thing that these people have to make them feel like they're better than someone else is the fact that they're white, and they think that, yeah, I'm white, so I'm better than you, sort of thing.
So this is something we've got to bring into schools then. This is something that is really, like we've talked about the school curriculum changing and this, that, and the other. So the thing we've got to teach them is that basically you're not entitled to anything in life. You're not entitled to. You're not entitled. We've got to sort this benefit system out completely, which we've talked about this many times. You've got to work for that money now.
Yeah,
You've got to work.
you've got to do something. There's no way you can continue just to claim benefits and not contribute. Yeah, you're looking for a job, then we should have mandatory sort of things that you have to go and do, because and it's what it is people, somebody, and it's all in those areas like Middlesbrough, all these sort of areas where you sort of saw the madness going on. People with nothing to lose, people ready to break into Greg's and steal cakes and stuff, steal shoes, which I felt really sorry for these people somehow. Not the ones that were breaking people's
No,
windows, but
with
the
business.
ones that was like, I'll never forget the image of that guy with the cigarettes in his mouth, and he's just like he's living his best life. He's got cigarettes, he's got his beer, and I felt really sorry for him when I saw that. I felt really, really sorry for him, but he
I
was
think
so happy.
I think there are a lot of people in this country that are entitled. They think they're entitled because of the color of their skin, and I hate saying that because, I'm passable white, and I live in a predominantly sort of, where I live now is what we're talking about. There are a lot of those people that will sit and claim benefits and so on, and I see them, and it breaks my heart, because I think to myself, if you've got no goals in life.
Mm.
I see them doing the same walk day in, day out to the chippy or whatever, or to Greg's, and they've got a can in the hand, and I think, surely you want to do something more with your life.
It's what they've seen. Unfortunately, you think that, but most people naturally think, yeah, I want to progress, I want to do some great things in my life. But if your mum and dad are sitting around watching TV all day and having kids, unfortunately, that's what happens.
So,
The
so
kids have
now's
kids.
the time. So if the next government have got any balls whatsoever, it's time to stamp and say, right, you want benefit money. Here's what it's going to be. It's going to benefit this country, and the
Yeah,
benefit, you're going to do some work,
yeah,
and you're going to earn that benefit. If you are
and
capable of working, I'm not talking about people that are disabled and people that can't go to
no,
work.
no, no, no.
We're
People and
talking about those that are
taking
able.
the piss. People are taking the piss.
Yeah, we want them out at work. We'll offer you training courses. We'll offer to pay for you to go to college and learn a trade, so that when you are ready, you can start your own business, and we will help you do that. We'll do all of this, but you are not getting benefits for sitting on your arse. And I think that
Especially
is,
young people, young people.
I have never ever seen such a bunch of people that are so entitled. Like when I'm on my lives, I get people coming up to me going, "Oh, universal credit, look, she must be on universal credit." No, I'm not, right? I'm not. But there are those, we were just talking about it. There's certain creators on TikTok that sit there getting hundreds and hundreds of pounds on their lives,
Yeah.
and then because the benefits have just said you've got to go and do some work in a charity shop. I can't do that. I can't do that. But you can sit on a live. You tell me why you can't do that. If somebody said to me, right, we'll look after your daughter, we'll do this, we'll do that. Would you like us to pay for you to go back to college and maybe do something with AI and learn to do this and learn to do that, and maybe learn, a media course or something like that? Would you like to do that? Oh, I would love to do that. I would love to be able to say, in a couple of years' time, I'll be able to, do this, and this. And I want to better myself. I'm 50 years old and I still want to better myself. These people are 20 and they're like, no, and crying because they can't do TikTok lives. That's not normal, is it?
I don't know. I think we spoke earlier about this. People claiming benefits and still earning a bomb on TikTok because they are earning big money. Like
Mm.
it's the ones that are on there just banging out the lives. They are earning good money and they are still claiming their benefits. And TikTok is I don't know if TikTok's getting I don't know if TikTok has put those like where you have to put your NI number now where they can trace you. I know there is a way of them tracing you and they are tracing creators and there's going to be a lot of people with big tax bills. But I don't know what the
I'll
answer
tell
is there.
you now. I will tell you now. They can go in your bank account like that.
Yeah, they'll take every penny off you. They'll take
They
they're so
lock your bank account like that. They will write to you and say, tell me why there was this money in your bank account. And you don't even know they've been in.
yep. Yep.
So you guys, if you are doing anything dodgy, you need to take a big look at yourselves,
Mm.
because I'm telling you now, if they do a crackdown, you're all screwed.
And they are doing crackdowns. They are going for people, and if you're claiming benefits and still earning money from TikTok and stuff, and you're not declaring it like these, like proper money, but they're not going to go after you if you're earning 50 or 60 or
No,
like.
no, no,
But
not
but the people earn. I'm talking about people that are earning big money, like 3 or 4 thousand a month and stuff, like So, but
more.
yes,
Some
yeah.
of them.
Some people loads more. Some people loads more. But
So, I think some of them are making that in a day, and they're actually bragging about it on social media. Oh, I've just made such and such and such.
if only I didn't have the morals and I was just like, come on, give me the money, give me the TikTok money.
Uh, I think I would rather have you with morals.
Yeah,
I
for
think,
sure.
like you say, you and I could go down some real
Yeah,
darkness. We
yeah.
could be absolute bastards.
Mm,
But I couldn't live with myself. I couldn't go to sleep at night.
mm.
I couldn't go to sleep knowing, as well as a mother, that there is a possibility that I have just stepped on someone's toes, and I mean,
Yep.
oh, what I did do, I spoke to a troll.
A troll, okay.
Yeah, right. And he was doing the usual, when did you transition, blah blah blah. And so I started talking to him, and I said, "Can I ask you why you do it?" And he said, "Yeah, you can. I make £10,000 a month doing
Mm.
it." I was like, how?" He says, "What I do is I screen record you." He says, "And when I trigger you, and I've got that on my recording, I then upload it to YouTube, and people watch it, and I'm making £10,000 a month,
Wow.
and that's faceless." So if you're ever wondering why these trolls are going for you and why they're trying to trigger you, this is obviously why, because they are uploading it somewhere.
Yep. Unfortunately for those people though, a lot of the platforms are going through big changes and they are demonetizing people, um demonetizing big time. So you're not going to get away with it. Like there were people making big money clipping, taking people's clips, posting them. We nearly hit 2 million, so we know exactly what's going on with it. But yeah, the fun times are over, unfortunately. I mean, back in the day, I mean, people were loving it, mate. You could literally just post. I used to post people's movie. I used to post movies and get paid on it. Literally post movies, clips of movies, and get paid on it. There was a way of doing it. But yes, Kitty, that was our Wednesday roundup. We've had a lovely little rant. We've got an apology video to do now to YouTube, so we do get our channel back.
Yeah.
But yes, everyone have a great Wednesday. Make sure you go back and watch the live, guys. Peace and love to you all. La